Om Shem Vim Kalam Shivadakam Yam Bharavim Shayam Vishnu Bhagwan. Welcome to this video on the Zenora channel. My name is Sri Satguru Buddha Rawa Bhagwan. In today's video we will talk a little bit about the symbiotic relationship that exists between the story of creation of the Aztec people, of the Aztec gods, and the story of creation of the Mayan people, of the Mayan gods. The Aztec and Mayan civilization coexisted at a period of time, and there was communication between these cultures. At the time when these cultures communicated, the Shri existed in those lands of America and in Central America and South America. The culture of the Shri was the culmination of the society. Their gods, the gods of the Mayan people, the gods of the Aztec people, Shri gods, Aztec Shris and Mayan Shris. And these gods had a symbiotic Pantheon relationship. Their stories of creation were symbiotic and coexisted on the same planar realms and stories and lokas. And they still do. Like the story that is true as it is spoken, the truth of these pantheons and the power of their gods are determined by how close their story is in their truth. The story of creation of the Aztec people is a truth that is exactly as it is spoken. This is one of the great secrets of the Aztec culture and of its gods and its creation story. And beside it sits the story of the Mayan gods. The Aztec Shri of the Aztec culture, as the Shri are associated to a specific story and come from that story. They are the storytellers of that story, the gods of that story, associated to their stories of creation. The Aztec Shri, the modular Shri, and the Mayan Shri, the regulator Shri, which operate at the same levels of creation and empowerment of the Shri. Their gods coexist and are the most powerful of gods. When it was known, as explained by the gods, that their cultures would cease to exist. The Mayan cultures and Aztec cultures communicated this knowledge to each other. Between each other, and took different approaches to empower their gods and survive through their gods and to become the great cultures that they are forever. This is why the blood sacrifice was done. To empower their gods in different ways. And different decisions were made by the Mayans and by the Aztecs as to how to proceed in this. And their civilizations began preparing for the end. The Aztecs fully accepted that their end would come. The Mayans had a bit of difficulty with this. But they knew in the end that the end would come of their cultures. Like the Aztec and Mayan cultures were the greatest of cultures. Their gods are the greatest of gods, the greatest of Shris, the most powerful, overwhelming force. And their understanding of the development of the Shri is of their types of Shris, of their culture, which means of their stories of origin. As there are the classical Shris that come from the Hindu stories of origin, there are the Shri that come from other stories of origin. And the power of the Shri is determined by many things, by its development level, by the specific empowerment of that Shri and who that Shri is in the story, but also by the story from which they come and how close they are to the truth as it is spoken. How closely they hold the light of their story, the Shri's story. So there are different types of Shris. There are the classical Shris of Hinduism. The storytellers, the singers, the bards, the ones who chant, the ones who sing, who tell the story, who weave the story. The Shris of Hinduism. And there are other Shris of other cultures, as other cultures have origin stories as well, which are also true, to the degree to which they are truth in which they are spoken. If the truth exists there, the truth comes from an origin story. And different Shris find their power in their different origin stories, and at the levels at which those stories exist and operate within the system. As such, different Shris have different experiences and knowledge of the system, and how it operates, and how they connect to it. There are different levels and attainments. The Mayan Pantheon and the Aztec Pantheon are symbiotic pantheons that exist at the same levels of planar reality, whose origin stories are symbiotic. And that is why their Shris operate at the same levels. The Aztec Shri as the modular Shri, which takes the action, and the Mayan Shri as the regulator Shri that allows or does not allow the action, representing different functions within the system and how things work, they are a symbiotic relationship. And as everybody knows, when there is conflict with the gods, things don't work as well. So it is good when there is no conflict. When I say that the Mayan Shri, for example, are regulator, they also have their powers and the things that they can do. But in the greater functioning of the system and union with the system, both are Shri, with different functions in the story of their creation, representing different functions in the functional system reality of the lokas that are theirs through story of creation and reality. These are some of the great secrets of creation and of two of the most advanced civilizations that have ever existed. Civilizations that foresaw their end and used technology to ensure that they would be there when the time would be right, that their gods would be there, fully empowered with all the might and blood of their civilizations, to do what needed to be done in the story of the Dharma, the great role to play of the Aztec and Mayan Shris in the upcoming story of the Golden Age. Peace be to your heart. Om Shabadahim Yam